13, verses 1 through 5. If a prophet or a dreamer of dreams rises among you and gives you a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder comes true, concerning which he spoke to you, saying, let us go after other gods, whom you have not known, and let us serve them, you shall not listen to the words of the prophet or the dreamer of dreams. For the Lord your God is testing you to find out if you love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul. You shall follow the Lord your God and fear him, and you shall keep his commandments, listen to his voice, serve him, and cling to him. But that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has concealed rebellion against the Lord your God, who brought you from the land of Egypt and redeemed you from the house of slavery, to seduce you from the way in which the Lord your God commanded you to walk. So you shall purge the evil from among you. So, of course, rebellion, we all know, started with the very first sin with Adam and Eve. But as time went on, people who didn't want to follow God's lead, who wanted to go their own path, well, they would try to lead the tribe astray by getting them to follow other gods. So some would call themselves prophets, some would be dreamers of dreams. I guess you can translate that to probably psychics, people claiming to be psychics. But in any effect, these people would get the Israelites to follow them, to follow the gods by performing acts and wonders. Well, the thing is, this person or whoever, they would only do things that they know that they could do, and usually by the way they did it is through deception. So, and God uses these type of individuals who try to lure us away from him as a test to assure that we truly mean what we say and what's in our heart about loving him. So this is why false prophets and such are allowed, because God still allows us free will. We have the will to either say, yes, I will follow you, or no, I'm good, I'm on my own, or I'll do this. That's our free will. That's what opens the doors for false prophets, for psychics, for anybody who would try to convince you that God does not exist, that God isn't real. And of course, back in the Old Testament, God was very clear. You should put them to death, and you need to purge them from amongst you. He's talking about the Israelites. It's amazing because these folks had seen all these miracles that God performed to get them out of certain death. I mean, from being slaughtered by the Egyptian army, from thirsting to death, from starving to death. All the miracles that God performed for them was for their survival. And of course, because he loved his children and he wanted to take care of them. And despite all this, they still rebel, they still complain. And I mean, even when they get to the promised land the first time, only 2 believed and saying, let's do this, it's ours, all we got to do is go in. All the other spies were like, no, we cannot do it. They're too big. And as a result, they got 40 years wandering through the desert until all that generation was gone, except for the 2 spies. They were allowed to live, and in fact, they were the only 2 out of that whole generation, including Moses and Aaron, that were allowed into the promised land. And in fact, one of them became the leader of the Israelites into the promised land, which was Joshua. But I'm kind of getting off track here. The point is, ever since Adam and Eve, rebellion has always been around. What we have to be careful for is to watch for false prophets, psychics, anybody who are claiming that things are happening as a result of some other divine entity that they follow because they were able to perform a wonder or a sign that no one can explain. Illusionists, magicians, they do tricks all the time, and sometimes we can't figure out how they do them. That's why they're a trick. But to perform it and say that this God showed this to me and told me to do this to you to follow them, definitely you got to watch out for that. And in this day and age, a lot of times they're going to be blatantly obvious, but there's going to be a lot of times where it's going to be subtle. So we just need to keep our eyes open, and our ears attentive. Stay in the Word. Stay in prayer. Follow God. Don't fall for the rebellious intentions of those who want to take people from God. And of course, the ultimate one is Satan. Satan is the one that is influencing these folks through demons and through spirits. Satan knows how to play to our vanities, to our pride, to our jealousies, to our angers. I mean, he knows what buttons to push. We just got to make sure that we have those buttons in lockdown mode and stay in the Word, stay in prayer, so when these individuals come about, we can shout them out as false and then purge them from our society. And I'm not talking about murder or killing, but we cut them off from us entirely, and we don't interact with them, we don't talk with them, don't even acknowledge them, because all they're doing is reaping a path of destruction for those who follow them, and that's a path I am not going down. So anyways, with that, I love you guys. You have a blessed day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.